Hey guys, this is Shings and welcome back to another One Piece Bounty Rush video. So in this video, we'll be going through 10 things you need to know when you're playing One Piece Bounty Rush. So things that will help you when you're playing the game, and such as medals or tips on supports or some battle tips, so that you can be good at this game. So without further ado, let's just get started, shall we? The first tip will be on the event medals. So event medals, things to take note of will be number one, you should only use your hammers on event medals if they are good, and outside of it, you should never use your hammers on a normal medal. So just one thing to take note of. Next is make sure you go for extra event medals. So by the end of the medal, you should have at least 3 of a fully upgraded medal. So it doesn't have to be 9-star, but make sure you have something so that when you need it, you can just throw in transfer medals on it. So make sure you should take note of this, and even if you think you might not need a medal for now, you should at least build them, have at least 3 upgraded medal. So when you need it, you can just dump medals. Okay, so lastly would be one more tip is, as you guys know, events will end, and one thing to take note, if you don't have a medal that is fully hitted 9-star, or you don't have the trait that you want, right? A last minute effort is maybe 1 minute before the event ends, right? Just make the event medal so that it's 12 hours. So even when the event ends, right, because you are already upgrading the event medal, it will just keep continuing. So you will have like a 12-hour extra time to upgrade that event medal. So just something to take note of. The second tip will be on the banner summoning. So banner summoning wise, right, you should only summon when you have enough gems to go full steps. So normal step up banner costs about 170 gems per rotation. So if you are aiming to get that character at least 5-star, probably save up about 340 gems, or somewhere near there, where you know that before the event ends, you have enough gems to complete the rotation. So Bounty Fest character is a bit more expensive, but the banner, it's not bad because the rates is 7%. So make sure before you summon for Bounty Fest, make sure you have roughly about 750, or because banner characters last for 1 month, so you can wait until you have probably 600 plus, near 750, so that you can pray that you'll get enough gems before the whole Bounty Fest ends. One mini tip will be, people ask me how do I see what do I get when I summon. So in this picture that you see here, this is a runner. As you can see, the runner icon. So how do you see it? Okay, so it's before when he plants the flag. So as you can see, okay, and stop. So now here you can see a attacker. So this is how you know you get an attacker next. The next tip will be on building of medals. So how you should be building medals will be to clear sets. So I wouldn't say which medals to go for, but try to have medal goals in mind. So example, I want to build a skill 1, skill 2 set first for anyone to use. Then once I'm done, I want to build a skill 1 cooldown reduction set. Then if not, I'll go for a skill 2 cooldown reduction set, something like this. Then go for a runner set. Then when you build, you should have that in mind. So currently I'm building a CP0 set. That's why I'm focusing on the Lucci medals. Then how to get more frags? One way is to use the 60 seconds better at the solo mission. So you get 3 per run. Then if you run out of tickets or anything, one way to do it better is to use the character that you want as the better character. So let's say I'm using Kaido. I need Kaido medal, so I'm gonna put him either here or here. I can use him as my main or my sub character. So I will get the chance of me getting his fragment will be rather high. Then another way would be to put him at the support character. So it's not as high as when you use as the sub, but you will still have a chance to, every time you win, you have a chance to get 1 out of these 10 support character tags, something like this. Then as compared to using better character 1 or 2. So just some tips on how to get more of that character fragment. And also the the colored medal is useless. Like there's no difference between that and a normal medal, so you can't stack anything. Resource management, so things like 4-star frag, 3-star frag, and also special training. So special training, there's 3 types of character that I recommend you putting in. So the first type of character is obviously the EX character. So I'm using Blackbeard as my support for my Warlord stack. That's why I'm putting him in. So the next type of character is Bounty Fest character. So Bounty Fest character, you cannot get their fragments from the store unless you spend money in the game. So this is why really good Bounty Fest characters will be very nice. So the last category of characters that you can put in your special training is characters that you want to use as a support character. So I want to get this Snake Man Luffy up as much as possible because I want to improve my red color mono team. So Snake Man is good because he has newer Paramecia Strawhead Pirates. So very good character. Even though I can get his frags every day from the store, I still want to get him to 6-star as soon as possible. That's why I put him in special training. So these are the characters you should put for your special training. So really good characters, or support character, or EX characters. So next will be Crystal Fragment. So 4-star Crystal Fragment goes through most likely is similar to special training, but the last one you shouldn't. So you should only go for EX characters or Bounty Fest characters. The rest is not that worth it. Okay, next is 3-star characters. So 3-star characters, let's talk about who should you use it. So I think you should only use it on characters that are useful. So things like okay, to be honest, 3-stars aren't that much used in League Battle. Like compared to like Blackbeard, you just get destroyed. If you have Blackbeard Shanks, why use a 3-star, right? So you should focus them on support. So let's talk about the new Rebecca. So the new Rebecca only has Defender and newest tag. So I don't think she's that worth to use your 3-star frags on it because you don't get extra tags like Paramecia, Strawhead Pirates, which are very good tags to use. Another tag that is also worth mentioning is Worst Generation tag. So very good. Then in the future, if they have Zoan character frags, you should definitely go for it because Zoan and Grand Line is a really good combo. So a lot of people don't have a lot of Zoan 6-star characters like Lucci, Kaku. So really good. These are the characters that you should go for 3-star frags also. The next tip that we'll be going through will be on the skills tracking, medal tracking, and the boost tracking. So skills tracking is very simple. You've probably seen moments where you see kind of me thinking, oh, this guy is gonna use his skill 2, so or this character is gonna counter. So how do you do it? Is very simple. So like when you're not doing anything, right, make sure you focus on the enemy. So even if you are fighting, right, it's possible if you are looking at the opponent also. Like understand whether they use their skill 1, skill 2 or not. Then like very simple will be Shanks. Then when you know that they still have their skills, it's easier to anticipate something that's coming up next. Then based on their behavior, think about what they're gonna do. So things like Blackbeard, you know, if you think that he still has his skill 2 and he suddenly dodges towards you and your teammates, the chances of him using his skill 2 is relatively high. Then next is skill medal tracking. So one example would be when you are looking at your team's power, your enemy's power, it'll be nice to take note of what medal he's using. So you don't see all the medal he's using for both his character, but the character he's choosing. But things like, example, if he's using Uruch with the Kaido and Uruch medal, you need to take note of because Kaido and Uruch medal gives Q1 cooldown reduction when taking damage. So if you see him taking a lot of normal attack hits, right, you should be prepared to know that he has his skill 1 up very soon. So this is another thing to take note of. Then next will be the boost tracking. So in this video, opponent almost has their team boost. So there's 2 things what we can do. Number 1, we can wipe them so that they spend time running towards the mid flag when they have their boost. Yeah, something like that. Or if it's too late, we'll just run away. So yeah, we did the first thing. So we wipe them. Then when they get their team boost, they'll be running towards the flag. So I didn't engage towards the Shanks because I saw that they have the boost. Then I didn't really want to push towards them. So as you can see, the Blackbeard, if the he took half of the time running over here. So now what I'm scared is he might use his skill. So I move towards the side, and now that I have my boost, I decided to be more aggressive and just attack them. Then yup. So there's kind of things to take note of. If you see, another thing is, if you see a Blackbeard that you see 2 or 3 Blackbeards, or you see you see characters that are low, then you see opponent has Blackbeard and they almost have their team boost soon. It's either you kill them as soon as possible, or if you think that they are at half HP, damn it, if they are at half HP, it's better to disengage and wait for the team boost, and instead of just rush blindly going in, something like that. Because when you're trying to kill a half HP character with a Blackbeard teammate and they have their team boost soon, once the team boost is up, the character they are fighting is probably full HP already. So very, very important things to take note of. Then if you see that they have a runner such as the Onami, then also take note of that, because Onami speed team boost gives speed boost, so the chances of them using it to flank is so much higher. So you need to watch your flank routes. Next, we'll be talking about the minimap positioning and overextending. So when you have nothing to do, right, or you are capturing a flag, right, what you should do is you should 100% take note of, watch the minimap on your top right to see what is going on. Like, unless you know that there's enemy nearby you and you cannot afford to not be paying attention. So minimap super duper important, because you can tell what the enemy is doing, where he's doing, something like this. So okay, next is the positioning. So positioning is very important. So maps like Along Park Stage, very big map, and anything, if you don't position yourself correctly, you might be in deep trouble when you see an opponent trying to backcap, because you won't be able to do anything. So okay, next is overextension. So have you got into situations where your whole team starts pushing forward when you already have 4-1 to try to get 5-0, and suddenly the opponent just respawn and just kill you guys, and the whole table gets flipped and you guys got 1-4 next. So don't overextend unless you know you 100% have it. Like suddenly your teammate already 5-0 them, then it's a good time to extend, because you are trying to give it you're trying to bet into the chance that you can stall them enough for the timer to end. So usually do not overextend, because when your whole team pushes forward, it's easier for the enemy to have a chance to wipe you guys out. So very important. So in this video, it will just be something like positioning and decision making. So Stickman, we just kept the flag, right? So the last 40 seconds already, and what I'm trying to do is I see my teammates all moving towards the A, C, and E. So okay, then I decided to see what the enemy characters have. Then what my plan now is, obviously they can go for B, so that's why I'm staying. Okay, I am here. You can see I'm standing in the middle of nowhere. So while I'm looking at the enemy, so I'm watching number 1 to see whether he will respawn as a runner or not. Because if he has a runner, the odds that if I go to C, he will go and go to B and try to cap. But then I see it's a Blackbeard, so I decided 30 seconds. I'll see what the Blackbeard is trying to do, and the Blackbeard, instead of going for B, he went to C, which prompted me to think that I can try to fight. Okay, next, here what I think I'm doing is there's 2 ways you can do. So what I'm trying to bait the opponent to think is the A flag is clear, right? So I want to make them, instead of thinking, oh, there's no one at B, I'll go and try to cap B, I'll just be making them think that, oh no, someone is trying to cap A, I need to stop him. So I'm diverting attention from B and D. That's why I'm coming here and pretend to try to cap and try to stall as much time as possible. So yup, I put down my stagger field, then try to fight. And as you can see, they don't have any runners, so then what I'm doing next is I'm like, screw you, I'm running away. Then I'm just gonna, yeah. So here, right, after putting my stagger field, I just wanted to stall, and I see that my teammate is still struggling to cap E. So I need to try to distract the opponents. That's why I went for the mid flag, the C flag, to try to like draw attention while my teammate is slowly capping E. Yep. The next tip will be using your skills and normal attacks to maximize damage output. So things will be 1-2-1-2 normal attack. So in this video, in this clip is the 1-2-1-2 until the opponent's down. So the concept behind this is usually you need about 4 hits to down an opponent. But if you use your full normal attack chain for each character, you will kind of down him in like 3 hits, something like this. So instead of doing 3 hits and dealing damage, you can do a little bit more damage if you just use the 1-2-1-2 combo. And while doing that, you also buy time for your skills to cool down or something like this. So the next one would be to use your normal attack into skill. So things like 1-2 skill, 1 skill. So the 1-2 normal attack will either bait out the dodge, or let's say they don't have dodge ready, to deal more damage, then plus your skill to do even more damage. So okay, so as you can see, this snake man, he's full HP. Then okay, 1, 2, and use skill. So like by right, sometimes if I didn't have enough support percent or something like that, it might not be enough to kill him. Then that's why you add that 1-2 to deal extra more damage to chip his HP, something like this. The next medal tip will be basically to learn what your medals do and then apply it on your character to get that synergy. So this example will be the Red Sabo. So this Red Sabo, I'm using the Dolphy, Rain, and Wolf medal. So people will be, when people look at this combo, they will be like, what the hell is this? Like, you only get 1 tag, which boosts skill 1 only. Then like it looks like shit. So but the thing is, they need to understand the reasoning behind this. So this combo builds around when Sabo gets his crit up. So what happens how does he get his crit up? When his teammates die. So when your teammate die, you get skill 1 cooldown reduction from using this medal. Then that's when the crit comes next. So I have the skill 1 14% because trio tags is not as impactful as dual tags. Like the only increase is, instead of it increases by 6%, so it's insignificant. Then okay, as in it's not that significant to make too much of a difference. So next, once I have the crit up, when every crit I do, I get skill 1 cooldown reduction by 5% and also recover HP, because I'm using 7 Warlords tag, which is another synergy. So 7 Warlords tag increases his Mera state when I'm 50% more HP. So this Wolf medal will help me recover HP so that I can try to get that 50% requirement as much as possible. So this is kind of the synergy that I was trying to talk about. Using this set, it's not for everyone. Like, there's no such thing as this set. This set might be the best for Sabo, but it might not be the best for another character. Using your skill and dodges. So okay, you guys know how I already said it before. So the most simple thing is, once opponent, you see them use their dodge, then go for your skill, because they have no way to counter it besides maybe using counter invincibility skill, something like this. So other than that, is basically try to come out of creative ways to use your skills. And another thing is, like, dodges, how to use effectively is depending on the character. So against people like Rayleigh or anything, it's really on the mind game. Blackbeard also, when you don't know his skill 1, so it's really you think that you're in the range and he seems like he's actually planning to use his skill 1, then use your dodge. Then obviously, once you know you're entering an area, right, entering a fight or anything, right, I think it's more advisable you make sure you have a dodge with you, because like, I know a lot of times where people just rush to the mid flag, and at the start of the game they just keep using their dodges. Then it's just a free skill for Shanks to use it. Then just make sure you don't anyhow waste your dodge. Then another thing is try to know your characters using the skills for the best. So things like, do you know that Kuma skill 1 can pass through walls, normal attacks also can pass through walls. So like once you know this, you can use it effectively. So as you can see, this map I used Kizaru to go all the way to the enemy one, and opponent has team boost, so technically they were in a very good state. But yeah, so I went to backcap them, and which led us to winning because my opponent, luckily my teammate was also getting the treasure, and they weren't really paying attention. I think they had no way of trying to deny the backcap. That's why Kizaru is really good in this stage. So make sure you guys use your skills properly. Like if you understand the skill, Fujitora can be very good at Drum Island, Starbody, something like this. So make sure you guys learn your character, understand, watch those mastery guides by people that main those characters. Like you don't have to watch Shinx, cause I play a lot of characters, but the thing is I don't main them as much as other people who just summon for them and just keep playing them as much. So anything that I know, I will definitely let you guys know. So make sure you guys use your characters nicely and try to optimize it in a way that you can use it to gain advantage on the opponent. The team support. So team support is super important in this game because like it determines whether you have more attack or defense on the opponent and how much skills you do. So try as much as possible to use the same element. So let me just show you a real example. So my gear 4 6-star boost to same medals versus a Akainu. So you can see that currently my race sabo has 144.6, but theoretically you would think that gear 4 might give more because he's boost 2 and Akainu is boost 1, but you can see when I put in the gear 4, it's only 142.5. So that's how important the having the same color really increases your support percent. And for those who ask, is it better to go for support tags versus when you lose out on the support percent? So my answer is if you are missing out only about, okay, I'll give the leeway to about 10%. So let's say I'm using Zoro. Okay, if I use my mono red and I get 140%, but then if I use Zoan and Grand Line, I get 130+%. So like it's quite important because this support percent only adds to a certain calculation of your stats. Like if you guys haven't seen the damage calculation by Nono Gaming, make sure you guys do. Then it only contributes this much. Then however, when using traits like Zoan, Grand Line, it's whatever the final damage, then the damage reduction on that damage. So it does more than the support tag. Then some may argue that support percent contributes to your HP, attack, defense. Sure, but I'll say that 10% is the leeway you can go for. Anything else is better, I guess you stick to your support percent. So next will be medals. Make sure you try to get as much as possible all your support characters to have 9-star medal. It doesn't matter whether the medals is good or not, trash or not. Just make sure, if possible, as high of a rarity it is. Like if you are already in SS and you are like level 40 or something like that, right, you should be running full 9-star medal for your support. Like it can be all trash 3-star medal, but it's still something. And every single event you'll probably get a lot of 3-star ones now that they re-change up the upgrading for the last one. Like the chances you can't get 1-star from event medals for the last upgrade, so that's so huge already. So just like transfer all the medals, all the useless 3-star traits, and just use it as a support fodder. So yep, I think that's kind of that for this video, guys. Hopefully all these tips worked for you guys. Let me know in the comment section which tips were helpful for you, like that you didn't know, but once you know, you think you might be able to do better, something like that. So I think that's it for this video. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider subscribing if you want to see more One Piece Bounty Rush content. Then you can check out my other medal combo video where I made a a guide on every single type of meta combo. So there's skill 1, there's skill 2, there's skill 1, skill 2 breed, hybrid, there's capture capture combo, something like that. So it's important you see these videos because like currently the meta is not on trio metas. Trio metas might be something, but it's not as good as specific ones like duo plus. Like I think hybrid is the way to go. Like my Kaido, I was using Big Mom Smoothie 30 million Luffy. It's not a trio set, but it's a duo plus a hybrid, and it works super duper good. So I think that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.